Hi, welcome to Podiatry Practice Mastery. Don here. I'm going to go over the January 2022 scorecard. I do this each month when I get the numbers from my EMR, just to kind of go over some things, kind of what's working, what's not working. I think this clarity and I don't know, just helps one another and us to kind of do what we do and be clear about kind of how things are going, what's working, what's not working, and things like that. Okay. Once again, if you guys have your own tip here, I'll put a little link underneath here. You can share your own tip. I'd love to hear that. I can share it with other people, what things are working for you, what things aren't working for you. So there's a little QR code if you're watching the video on YouTube. Otherwise, I'll put it underneath here. So total patients in January for me was 308. I know many of you guys may be busy. I was just talking to someone here recently, like saying 400 patients or 100 a week. Just depends on your practice. This is what I do. And of those, 40 were new. I think I should have a little higher number. I think about 20% should be new. So I think I should be up in the 60 range. I think it would be better. Let me know what you guys think. What do you guys do what are your benchmarks for your practice? Revenue was 52K. I didn't do as many orthotics. It's always good to look at this because it's glaring me in the face. I should do a lot more, offer them a lot more. We'll see how February will be. EPATs 19, per visit value ended up so basically, and this is someone helped me out with this. I basically took the total patients and I divided it by the total revenue. That's how you get to that number 168. The previous number that I was getting wasn't including a lot of these self-pay things that we had, or things that weren't visit related, that it wasn't tracking it in my medical record. My YouTube earned me 117, which basically isn't worth anything, not even worth one patient. Same thing with Amazon. It's even 1/10 of a patient, so I should probably stop that. Podiatry Practice Mastery as well was maybe worth one patient. So I got one person bought one of the courses. So it's when everything is slow going, I want to be very clear about that, especially YouTube. Like to start being able to share links, you have to have like a big number, like 10,000 subscribers. So it's going to take a long time. And if it's a specialty niche, like Podiatry Practice Mastery, that YouTube, it's going to take a lot longer because there's not that many podiatrists in it. So just to kind of something to think about if you're wanting to do that, you can share other videos. You just can't share links back to your website. Podiatry Practice Mastery, the members, what the members means, basically, it's those that signed up for the 30-day practice blueprint. That's what I'm kind of pushing right now. And I've been getting good results. And I'll explain what I mean by good results would be people sharing it with other people. Okay, that means because I'm in every day I'm asking for people to refer other people, and also getting feedback from people. So those are kind of the fun things that I've found. Podcast listeners, there's 24. I think there's a few more right now, but basically those are the people. There's a lot more that are listening to the podcast, but it's the consistent ones. There's about 20 or 30. I'll actually go there and I'll show you that right now. I use Anchor to do my podcast. And so if you look at it, what you're going to see is you're going to see all my episodes, and it has the estimated audience, which is 26. Unique listeners in the last 7 days were 47. The total plays were 11,000. Now, the funny thing is I've noticed this. Do you look at this time? Look at how many people looked at it. There's like 771 plays. I don't think it was the actual podcast episode. I think it was because it was New Year's and people had extra time on their hands to look at my stuff. That's why all the gyms started around New Year. So next year, around New Year's, I'm going to offer a course so everyone can buy that course around New Year's. That's just my thoughts. But you can see what are the top podcasts and things like that. Most of them are interviews, and I try to separate everything on the podcast. So if you don't get the podcast, I would recommend getting it. Okay. Marketing ideas, what's kind of working. We're doing a webinar tomorrow on arthritis. And so that's kind of something fun. I'll show you the slides in a second. We did a print newsletter and we finally ended that. Basically, the juice wasn't worth the squeeze, meaning my office manager told me to stop it. And I kind of agree with her. But it was something fun to do. And so if you've heard me before recommending it, I still kind of recommend it. I just don't think I think my list was too big and there was really no clear call to action. So I didn't know if people were like, no one sent it out for 6 months. No one ever said, hey, Don, I got your newsletter. No one ever said that. To the 300 doctors I was sending it to. So it's kind of hard to track, even though it was cheap. Like there's no way to really track it. And I think tracking things are important. What did work is the new app for the Podiatry Practice Mastery Blueprint. That was fun. It's included in Kajabi. And then the same thing I did is called a foot treatment toolkit within Dr. Pelto. And what's working as well, I'm getting a lot more people that are watching my videos on YouTube, and they're coming to the office searching me out. And so that's kind of a good thing. So someone watched a video on plantar fasciitis foam rolling, and then they came in. Other people just kind of contacting me via YouTube. Once again, it's slow going. It just, for any of you guys that do anything on social media, it takes a while. And that's my opinion. Maybe you guys have something better. And if you do, share your tip with me, please. Another cool thing is I delegated my video production to Fiverr. I'm trying that out. So basically what I did is I wrote down specific, like what the best experience would be, the worst experience, and then success criteria of giving a video and having them edit everything. So basically my thought is, can I give them a weekly video and have someone on Fiverr edit it? Like, let's say I give it to them on Monday, they edit it by Friday, and then I can put it up on YouTube. So I have one new piece of content on my professional Dr. Pelto YouTube to push patients and use that for other things. So I'll let you know how that goes in the future. And I do have a one-on-one. She's not really a coach, but I do have someone that I'm working with. Basically, she's helping to clarify my thinking. And she had this idea of actually giving these delegation criteria. And I'm not very good at this. So she sat me down and she said, Don, what would be a great like result within that? And so that's what she kind of helps me with. I know some of you guys are kind of curious about this stuff. So let me try to find this for you within my recent documents so I can kind of walk you through that. Okay. Oh, she gave it. I think she gave it to me in a different format. I'll have to find that for the following week. I'm not seeing it right here about these actual instructions. She gave it in a different format. I'll get it to you guys later. Okay. What didn't work? I realized I'm not very good and clear about delegations. So not enough new patients. An improvement would be using more written examples. Okay. Let me go here and show you the foot and ankle arthritis. This is something that we're working on right now. You can actually see one of the docs is an anonymous leopard, and he is working on his section right now. So what I do, the way I do this is I send out something within our medical record, and I put this link. This is the link to the slides. Someone in the office, actually my wife, makes this, and they all look the same. We just change the name, and we make one with the date, one without the date. I like the one without the date because it leaves it evergreen. And then I basically put in, we're going to talk about what causes it, imaging, modifications, things like that. Now, one of the doctors is traveling, and so we did something kind of cool. I'll show you this in a second. So for Dr. Feldman, I actually recorded a video of him, and I'm going to input it into the actual.
Hi everybody, thank you for joining in. I'm actually.
So I'm not going to make you watch this whole 8-minute video, but he was actually less winded than normally. He usually talks longer, so this is really good. So it's about an 8-minute video because he couldn't be here, and I wanted to include him because he is a very good wordsmith. Okay, and then here's Neil's video. Then down here, we're going to talk about imaging. We're going to talk about X-rays, normal X-ray, midfoot arthritis, ultrasound, MRI, shoe modifications, orthotics, and then some of these other ones that are being worked on. And then I'm doing the non-surgical and the bracing treatments, talking about like AFOs and stuff like that. And Ben's talking a little bit. We don't use much regenerative medicine for this arthritis, but just some ideas. And then some surgical treatments as well, going in some surgical examples. And then the cool thing is, though, with this, I sent it out to all the patients, and I got like a lot of questions. So people asked me some of these questions. The best supplements, are bunions a risk factor for arthritis? Do repeat injuries of the ankle cause arthritis? Is arthritis worse in cold weather? So the cool thing is, in my opinion, if people are asking me this when they're signing up for it, it probably means you could make a separate YouTube video on every single one of these questions if you wanted to dominate arthritis in the foot. Okay. So that's a cool, or even easier, as we're answering these, you can cut out that portion and make a separate video. So that's kind of a cool thing. And then I also put where it's at because it's going to be on our blog. And so the sign up page, which by the time you guys watch this, it'll be old because we're doing it tomorrow, is within this blog article. it's foot and ankle arthritis. And right now it's the sign up article. So basically people can sign up for it right here, but then later on with the same link, they can watch it. So that's how we're going to do it in the office. That's how we do that. So anyway, those are the things I wanted to talk about. I did do a couple of interviews this week. I will put underneath here. One was Evans in the Common. They are a shoe store. I interviewed them and I gave them a kind of a cool idea about getting reviews online after people check out. You could even apply that to your clinic. That's in the podcast. It'll be on the podcast, that actual tip. And this is a gentleman, Tim, reached out to me. We did an interview on how to develop like a marketing plan, and he gave some cool stuff you can download, some marketing ideas and documents and things like that. So anyway, that's it for this week. Please share your tip. Tell me what's working for you guys. Tell me what you like or don't like about this. And we'll talk more about this next week.